Yesterday, I was in a park and there was a family that was playing, a father and the two daughters. So the father was telling his daughters to leave. He said, okay, we played enough, let's go. And the daughter said, no, we want to play more, we want to play more. So the father waited some time and then he goes, I am going home. If you don't come now, I'm going home now. I am going, bye-bye, I'm going. And he pretended to walk away. No, we all know the father was not going to go home. It is the simplest thing like that destroy your trust with your children and they destroy your authority because then children would test it a little bit more and a little bit more. They would realize that their parents are never going to leave them. So don't say things that you don't mean. And sure enough, he walked away and the daughters kept playing nonchalantly. And then after a while, the older one said, okay, let's get the shoes and see where Baba is. And sure enough, he was riding on the corner. As soon as he saw, okay, they were coming to the shoes, he came to them and they went home. But then why would the daughters then not push the boundaries more and more next time? Let me ask you, what would have been a bit better approach if the daughters were completely refusing to go? How would the father then establish the boundary? Inform them 10 minutes before, give them heads up that they will leave in 5 minutes, give them some more time to play, and then take them to home himself. Okay? I say, if you listen to me, I will bring you back again. Okay. Tell them how much time you need and then follow. Right. Now, let me tell you what a successful boundary is. Somebody said, tell them, I won't bring you here next time if you don't leave now. Well, this is threatening. And I discourage threatening. I encourage action. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So that father in the park, he should have established the boundaries right then and there. Okay, this is the boundary, and you're going to follow that boundary. So a successful boundary is you telling somebody that what you would do as an authority figure if they don't comply. It doesn't require their cooperation for the boundary to be successful. If it does require their cooperation, that means the boundary is not a proper boundary. It's not your authority. It's not your power. It is not a proper boundary. So for example, telling them, I won't bring you here next time if we don't leave now. So this is not a good example of boundary because it still requires their compliance, their cooperation. And a successful boundary is telling them what you would do, and it doesn't require their compliance. So what that could look like is to tell them, okay, I see that you want to play, but the time is up and we are going now. And if you don't come, then I'll just have to pick you up and take you to the car. And it doesn't matter whether they say yes or no, or they refuse or whatever. He just picks them up calmly, gently, just take them to the car. As Esther is saying, this is a very interesting point. A successful boundary doesn't require their compliance and cooperation. Yes, that is a powerful boundary. Another example of boundary is if your child is jumping on the table and you tell them, get down. Now, you require their cooperation. Oh, if you don't get down, you will not have a toy or something. Now that is threatening. It still requires their cooperation. And actually, it is not fair to them because they're showing you that they are not able to do that because their self-control is not that strong. They're impulsive. So they're already showing you they're unable to follow that command. They're having so much fun. They're not able to do that. So then to expect them to cooperate and do that is not an age-appropriate expectation. So what you need to do is to tell them, if you don't listen now, I'll just come here myself and pick you up and put you down on the floor. And children don't like that. So they just comply. This is a strong boundary where you tell them what you are going to do and it doesn't require their cooperation. So then you establish a successful boundary. They know exactly what would happen if they don't follow. As Sister is saying, if the child is bigger, picking up the child all the way to car is now a punishment to the father. Yes, and I agree with that. That's why the golden time to establish all sorts of boundaries, establish your authority, and the way children are going to behave when they are grown-ups is to start establishing these things in their childhood. I agree that it's going to be a little bit harder. He could tell them, okay, I'll just pick you by the hand and drag you to the car. So this won't be threatening when we tell them what we will do that doesn't require their cooperation. This is what needs to happen. So if you don't do it willingly, then I'll just have to do what's in my authority.